Hey, what's up, guys? So I thought about making a little video about the SSG10, and I intend to make a couple of upgrades to it. Now, you may have noticed in my last few videos where I used the SSG10 that most of my shots, well, not most of my shots, but a lot of my shots don't really land exactly where I want them to. I have quite a few flyers. Now, I have been cleaning the barrel a lot. Like every second game, I've cleaned the barrel. The bucking is brand new, so it's not those, and it's practically impossible for it to be hop-up chamber. So I've decided to take a new barrel and swap it out. And on the other hand, I have been thinking about how quiet the SRS is, and what makes it so quiet is the piston. It's the SniperMechanics WASP piston. So I gone ahead and bought me one of those for the SSG10. So the intention here is to make the sniper a lot more accurate and a lot more quiet, because we all know that the SSG10 is not exactly the quietest sniper out there. So without further ado, we're going to just get into that part and see you on the other side. Alright guys, so we are back here at the workbench. Excuse the slight mess over here. I've been working on other projects as well. But let's get into the main object of the day, which is the WASP piston. So this is SniperMechanics weight adjustable silent piston for the SSG, noted right here. Also, you have a QR code if you want more information about this piston. And I have one of these installed into my SRS, dedicated for the SRS version, which helps a great deal on reducing the noise of the replica itself. It makes it super quiet. It makes it, I think, even a bit quieter than the MK23. So let's go right ahead and open up this box and see what we have inside. Alright. Now, as per usual with the WASP pistons, you have the piston cup, 2 glide rings, the stainless steel end cap right here that catches into the trigger sear, and you have 3 lengths of air brake. I'm probably going to use the middle one, since that is the one that I'm using also in the SRS, and it gives me the right amount of power loss to silence ratio. Of course, using air brakes will result in a slight loss of power, but I'm not too worried about that. I can always use a little bit of a harder spring to compensate for that little loss of power, and the replica itself is going to remain just as quiet. Now, as usual, we have 3 types of weights. We have the steel weight. This is really heavy. Probably not going to end up using this. We have the middle weight. Not sure exactly what this is made out of. Definitely not steel, but it's a decent weight. I like this. And of course, we have the polymer lightweight shell. I'm probably going to end up using this middle weight right here. It's the one I'm using in the SRS as well, since again this is the best compromise in power loss to quietness, so I'll probably end up using this one. Then we have the main body of the piston, and we also get a spring guide. Now, I'm pretty okay with the spring guide that I have inside the the SSG10, the stock spring guide, but you know, why not? Just gonna use this one. It probably fits better with the spring and reduces the spring twang sound inside, so I will probably end up using this as well. Now let's wrap this back up and get to assembling the piston itself, and then we're going to jump to disassembling the SSG10, installing the WASP piston and the upgrade barrel that I have decided to use. The upgrade barrel that I was going for is a maple leaf. Well, it says steel, but I'm not sure if it's steel or not, but it sure looks anodized, so that's pretty much what I'm gonna go for. It's a maple leaf 6.02 barrel, standard length for VSR. Wow, this looks really nice. I really like the way this looks. It's sweet. Okay, let's take this out as well. And the main parts of the show. So this would be the mid length, since these are the long one and the short one. Let's just pop these back into the bag, seal that up. Now I have two of these glad rings. One is wider than the other, and I don't know which one goes where, but I guess I can figure that out because one has a bigger hole and one has a smaller hole. So I guess the bigger hole goes into the front. This is a smaller hole, sorry. Bigger hole goes into the front. Okay, now we're adding the weight. Oh, these threads are really sharp. Really nice, really nice. Good machining right there. We add the second glide ring. Now, just to make sure that nothing starts coming apart on me, I'm going to use a little bit of screw glue, just a little dab here on the end part. That should be enough so that stuff just don't start shaking themselves apart. There we go. That looks amazing. Now let's take this and push it through there. That looks quite short, actually. Really short. I wonder. Nah, this is gonna be okay. Let's just pop this on. I'll figure it out a bit later if I can use the other one, but this should probably be just about right. I mean, it looks alright to me. Happy with what I got. Now, one little secret here. Well, not much of a secret, but a thing to always keep in mind: if you want these piston heads to make a good seal, you should always just start folding them outwards. You gotta lift the skirt to get to the good bits, to get things going right. Alright, it should be pretty good. One more important thing, don't forget to lubricate this. I'm going to add some silicone oil. Don't be shy with the silicone oil either, because this thing is going to be in friction for a long time. So there we go. This is prepped. Now it's going to be time to take apart the SSG10 and put in the new parts. Alright guys, so I've went ahead and taken the liberty of taking apart my SSG10 off camera, because if you don't know how to take apart a VSR10, SSG10, there's plenty of other tutorials on YouTube. So what I'm going to have to do now is take apart this hop unit so I can fit the new barrel in. And this is pretty much the barrel I have selected. So it's a 430 millimeter. It's a 6.02, although it doesn't specify it here. That is definitely the inner diameter. So I'm going to take this out pretty soon. Just gonna leave it there. And gonna have to take off this barrel spacer before I install the new barrel in. Come on. I've added some of this electrical tape over here just to make sure that the barrel spacer doesn't move around on the barrel. So we're gonna quickly remove this. Also, thing to know, I've added this little O-ring here. The standard version of this, as the way you get it in the box, there's no O-ring here. So the hop-up adjustment arm moves quite freely. So I added this O-ring over here, plus a couple of drops of silicone oil, and now it's a lot stiffer, but not too stiff. But now you just don't bounce it off with your finger when you accidentally touch it when you're maneuvering the replica. There. Now this doesn't move anywhere. We are done with that part, and now let's get to the part that we have all been waiting for. Let's take this apart. Should clean this. It's the old original piston, spring guide, and spring. Now, here's the new piston. Oh, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Now, before putting things back in, I'm just going to take a little paper towel and give it a nice little rub in here. Okay. All right. Nice and clean. Let's add a little bit of silicone oil. Okay, let's put back the spring guide. Well, and as you can see, because of the friction, some part of my cylinder already started to oxidate, which means it's not the best stainless steel, but it's still okay. It's not a huge thing. Okay. That's all right. Let's put this in. Okay, that's pretty tight. Let's put this separately. Okay, now I'm just going to put everything back inside and see you on the other side. Alright, now what better way to show off these upgrades working than actually field testing them? So I decided to take the riff and give it to my cousin to test it out. Also, his secondary is my Pi Kappa Gold match with some average part upgrades. Here I've successfully found another manhole, and this one actually had some water in it. Alright, so obviously my cousin is pretty much a noob at sniping. He didn't do this a lot before, so he's gonna do a few rookie mistakes, and he did quite a lot of them. But I just edited the video and took out the best parts that he actually managed, so we could showcase the potential of the upgrades.
Da. Băi, ești mort, mă, pul. L-am luat.
Tu l-ai luat?
Da, da.
Păi nu trebuie să fugim, omule, încet, încet, pe lângă, pe aici.
Avem...
Pe aici, avem voie. Ora 2. Cum te uiți? Mort!
Mort!
De-i pula mea trag ăștia afară.
Îi rula. That's one a hit. Mie mi-au dat în armă. Nu, da, mă, că N-ai medu. Igen.
Alright folks, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end. I hope you liked this format, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to share it to your friends, maybe they will like it too, and see you on the next video, or out on the field. Have a good one.